What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. I hope that y'all are doing well today. We have got some exciting news going on. We got some big updates to Marvel Snap right now. Lots of balance changes, lots of good stuff. We're mainly going to be talking over the balance changes, but definitely come in here and read everything else that they've done. They are doing crazy stuff and just making the game so good and so ready for global, and I'm all about it. Yeah, I am all about it. But we're all here for the balance changes. I know that a lot of you guys have probably read this, but let's go ahead and talk through it and see how we feel. So first, Arnim Zola no longer adds copies of a card if his target was not destroyed. That makes sense. Nothing really surprising there. That's good. Baron Mordo, I feel like, got a massive buff. An absolutely massive buff. On reveal, your opponent draws a card, set its cost to 6. That's crazy. I almost feel like Baron could be a 2-1 with something like that because, like, yes, for the most part, I mean, I guess it depends on what people are building in their deck, because if somebody's playing a Hela deck, Baron isn't really that big of a deal because the chances of it drawing a 6 cost for 6 is, you know, fairly possible. And it wouldn't do anything to them. But let's say that they want to draw their blade or whatever, and you pull out their blade, that 1/3 that is now a 6/3, and discards a random thing. It just seems really, really strong. And Baron is going to be a great combo with Maximus and Ronin. We'll get into that in just a little bit, but it seems like Ronin is going to be pretty good, and I'm excited to play that and mess around with some things. I am going to be streaming later today, so definitely hang on and wait for that. But really good, like, seems like a super huge buff. Kind of crazy. Jessica Jones a 4/4 now instead of the 5 cost. If you don't play a card here next turn, get +4 power. So that means you play it turn 4, turn 5, it's a 4/9, which actually seems super usable. Lady Sif got slapped a little bit here from a 2/4 to a 3/4. Hela has been really strong, but I don't think Hela is as big of a deal as Mr. Negative is right now. And Mr. Negative just got a tap on the wrist, in my opinion. But Lady Sif, let me know how you guys feel about that. Taking it from a 2-drop to a 3 is honestly pretty significant in the scheme of combos and things like that. Like, you can no longer turn 6 play Lady Sif Ghost Rider unless you have Sarah. So that's kind of a big deal for people that like to roll that combo, you know? Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. So this is interesting to me. Mr. Negative from a 4/4 to a 4/1, so 3 power. That's nothing in regards to how strong Mr. Negative is turn 6 and turn 7 whenever they play Magic. Mr. Negative deck is very strong and tends to have an unhealthy play pattern of skipping your first few turns. Taking away 3 power from a Mr. Negative deck is not that significant in my opinion. I don't think that's the issue. Somebody in my chat came up with a really good idea to where I feel like Mr. Negative could even be a 4/1 and it affects 2 random cards in your hand. Because think about this. If Mr. Negative is a 4/1 and you play it and you tag Iron Man in your hand, Iron Man is now a 0/10 minimum. Because it's a 0/5, doubles its health, a 0/10. So if you compare that to be a 4/1 and you hit Iron Man, which is now cost 0, that's pretty much a 4/11. Which is insane. And then you also tag another card, like Arnim Zola, that is now a 0/6. So, to me, I feel like that's how Mr. Negative needs to be reworked, is that it's limited to not the whole deck, and just tags 2 random cards in your hand, or something like that. But I think that this is kind of a miss because 3 power isn't that big of a deal in the grand scheme of Mr. Negative decks. You guys let me know down below. Y'all know how I feel about Mr. Negative. I think it's being abused. Like they said, it tends to be an unhealthy playstyle and it's very strong. Professor X is really just a change of text. Spider-Man from a 4-2 to a 4-3 seems pretty good. I don't use Spider-Man that much, but definitely a good usable card. Yeah, I don't know. Thor, I think this is pretty good. I think this is really good, actually. I mentioned after Thor came out that it seemed kind of difficult to make work, unless obviously you were playing like a Lockjaw deck where you could play a card and it would pull. For me, I think that it being a 3 is awesome. And I'm definitely going to play Thor. I didn't play Thor before because it just seemed a little bit too difficult to draw into Mjolnir. So I think that's a good change. You guys let me know. I'm definitely going to be playing some Thor after this. Now, I think that we've got some really cool stuff going on here. So these are updates to 5 cost and 6 cost updates, okay? Abomination, 5-8 to 5-9. So Patriot deck's going to be even stronger. Arrow, 5-6 to 5-8. That's solid, man. Arrow going from a 5-6 to a 5-8 is pretty legit. Black Bolt, I don't think anybody's really going to play Black Bolt. It seems like it's kind of a... I don't know. Like, turn 5, it discards the cheapest card. Somebody could just be... I don't know. Blue Marvel is actually like 6-4 to 5-3. Bruh. People are already playing Blue Marvel in lots of decks right now, especially in Mr. Negative decks. So now it's a 3-5. It's going to make Mr. Negative decks even stronger. Devil Dino 4-0 to a 5-3. Definitely takes it out of Mr. Negative decks, which I love because before it being a 0-4 was stupid. So love this. Gamora. I'm all about this right here. Gamora is legit now. On reveal of your opponent plays a card here this turn, plus 5 power. By turn 5, you kind of know where your opponent is playing. And to be able to get a 5-12 is disgusting. Gamora's nasty. Definitely rolling Gamora in some decks. Claw, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. A 5-4 that gives you 6 on another location. That's practically a 5-10. Not too shabby. Red Skull, 5-14 to 5-15, whatever. Ronin is going to be nasty with Maximus and Baron now. Ronin ongoing plus 3 power for each card in your opponent's hand. So you can play, listen to this. Turn 5, you can play Ronin. Turn 6, you can play Mystique, Maximus, and just like pop. Because Maximus is going to give you plus 6 to Ronin at that point. And then if you've played Baron earlier and it gives them something expensive like a 6-cost Sunspot, they're not going to use that. You're going to go ahead and get a Ronin worth 9, which is awesome. I think that's really, really good. Spider-Woman from a 4-4 to a 5-7. If you play that on a location where there are 4 cards, then really it's kind of like a 5-11. So Spider-Woman, pretty strong there. The reason I say it's like a 5-11 is because obviously it subtracts 1 health from all the other cards at the other location. Super sick. Agatha Harkness from a 6-13 to 6-14. Pretty cool. Hulk, whatever, to 6-12. Onslaught, 6-6, 6-7. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Spectrum, 6-4, 6-5. I've been seeing lots of Spectrum decks. So, Ultron, 6-8. On reveal, create 4 1-power drones at each other location. Many of our 5 and 6 cost cards don't quite live up to their lofty energy costs. We'd also like to give our 5 cost cards some more identity, as many of them at the moment have rather simplistic effects compared to many of the other cards in Snap. We're making a suite of balance changes targeted at 5 and 6 cost range. Like, absolutely amazing. Location updates, cool. I said this in a video the other day that Attila needed to have its text changed. And I think that that's right. After turn 3, shuffle your hand into your deck. Before, it said at the end of turn 3. Or what did it say? Before turn 4? Something like that? It was just strange. So yeah, y'all. That's what we're working with. Balance changes. Let me know how y'all feel about them. Let me know if you like them. Let me know if you dislike them. I'm pretty happy with everything. I still think Mr. Negative needs to be looked at. I think that they will continue to see that Mr. Negative is very strong and has a solid win rate. So I definitely think it needs to be looked at even more. But I'm excited for new cards, new everything, or not new cards, new balances, things that are going to feel new. I'm all about it. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out and watching. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.